Have you ever seen someone who always talks about how great they are? Maybe they show off their new phone, expensive clothes, or how much money they make. At first you might feel impressed, but after some time it gets boring. It feels fake. And the worst part, these people rarely become truly successful. Why? Because showing off is not real power. Real power is quiet. Real success doesn't need to scream, it shows itself without words. If you want to win in life, if you want real respect, real confidence, and real success, then you must stop showing off. In this message, you will learn why showing off is the worst thing you can do and what to do instead. Stay with this until the end. This might be the turning point of your life. Let's start with a deep truth that most people don't want to admit. People show off because they don't feel good enough on the inside. They might act confident, they might walk like a winner, speak loudly, dress in expensive clothes, or post everything on social media. But inside there is a feeling of emptiness. There is a silent fear that they are not enough. That is the real reason behind showing off. It all begins with insecurity. Insecurity means not feeling secure in who you are. You don't feel proud of yourself unless others clap for you. You need people to praise you to feel okay. This is why some people always try to look successful. They want others to believe they are rich, smart, happy, or powerful, even when they are not. They think if the world believes it, maybe it will feel real. Imagine a man who just bought a brand new luxury car. He posts pictures of it from every angle. People start liking, sharing, and commenting things like, "Wow, amazing car." But here's what they don't know. That man took a huge loan to buy that car. He's now under pressure every month to pay the bank. He worries about money. He cuts down on other things, food, fun, family, just to keep up his image. That car doesn't represent success. It's not a trophy, it's a trap. It's not a sign of wealth. It's a mask. A mask to cover up the fear of not being good enough. This is the problem with showing off. You are not doing things to improve your life. You are doing them to impress others. You're not buying the car for comfort. You're buying it for attention. You're not posting your achievements to inspire. You're posting them to feel liked. But the truth is, likes fade, comments stop, people move on, and when the applause is gone, you feel empty again. You need another post, another praise, another fake proof of success. This cycle never ends. True confidence is completely different. It doesn't need to be seen. It doesn't need to be shouted. It doesn't beg for attention. When you are truly confident, you don't need anyone's permission to feel good about yourself. You don't need people to notice your progress. You know who you are. You know what you're building. You're at peace even when nobody is watching. You don't need to post everything you do. You don't need to talk about every step you take. Let your work speak for you. Let your silence become your strength. The loudest person in the room is often the weakest. The quiet one is usually doing the most powerful work. So stop chasing attention. Stop begging the world to tell you that you're enough. Start building the kind of life that speaks for itself. Work on your skills. Build your mindset. Strengthen your discipline, not for the camera, not for the world, but for yourself. Because you don't need to look powerful. You need to be powerful. And that journey starts the moment you stop showing off and start showing up. When you show off, you invite fake friends and real enemies. Let's imagine a simple situation. You just bought a brand new phone, an expensive one. You're proud of it, so you take a picture and post it online. Within minutes, likes start coming in. Comments follow. "Wow, nice phone. You're doing well. I'm jealous in a good way." You feel good. You feel seen. You feel important. But behind those comments, there's a truth you may not see. Are they really happy for you? Maybe some are, but many are not. Some people feel jealous. Others start comparing your life with theirs. Some may feel small or even angry inside, and a few may suddenly become too friendly, acting like they care just to stay close to your success. Not because they love you, but because they think you can give them something. Maybe money, maybe status, maybe connection. These are not true friends. They are fake. But they won't show it immediately. They will smile, clap, and support you on the surface, but they don't really wish you well. This is the danger of showing off. You don't attract love, you attract attention, and attention is not always a good thing. In fact, it's often very risky. You start pulling people into your life who only want to be around you because of what you have, not who you are. They don't care about your heart, your dreams, or your struggles. They just want your things. Your car, your phone, your money, your popularity. And when those things are gone, so are they. Worse than fake friends are hidden enemies. These people look happy for you, but inside they are waiting for you to fail. They're watching you closely. They're quiet, but not because they respect you, because they are planning to talk behind your back. The more you show off, the more you give these enemies power. You give them a reason to gossip, to attack, or to bring you down. When you let everyone see your every success, you open the door to every kind of energy, good and bad. You create noise around your life, and noise invites trouble. So how do you protect yourself? Be like the real winners. They don't shout about their every move, they don't show off every purchase or every success. They stay calm, they stay focused, they protect their peace. Real winners build relationships with people who care about their soul, not their stuff. They trust slowly, they share quietly, they grow silently. And when they win, their circle celebrates, not because of jealousy, but out of true respect. If you want to build a strong life, stop trying to impress the crowd. Start investing in character, work in silence, build in peace. Let your results speak for themselves, and most importantly, surround yourself with people who love you for who you are, not what you own, because the moment you stop showing off is the moment your real life begins. Have you ever thought about how much time and energy it takes to keep up an image? Every time you post something online just to impress others, you're using your mental energy. Every time you talk about how great you are to get someone's attention, you're using your focus. You might feel good for a moment, but that moment quickly disappears. And what are you left with? Nothing that moves your life forward. Now imagine using that same energy to do something that actually improves you. What if you use those hours to read a book that changes the way you think? What if you use that time to learn a new skill, to exercise, to build something, or to work on your dream? The truth is, growth doesn't need an audience. It needs your attention, your time, and your daily effort. Showing off takes a lot of mental space. You're always thinking, what should I post next? Or how can I get more likes? You begin to live for the approval of others. This is a dangerous mindset. It turns your life into a performance. You stop living for yourself. You stop focusing on your own growth. Instead, you start living like a character in a show. You're acting for the camera, not living for your goals. You might start dressing a certain way just to get compliments. You might spend hours editing photos or thinking of captions. You might even do things you don't enjoy just to get noticed. Slowly, your life becomes more about appearance and less about progress. And here's the biggest danger. While you're busy building your image, you forget to build your future. Real growth is quiet. It doesn't need to be shared every day. Think about a gym. It's full of hard work. People sweat, they struggle, they try again and again. But the results come slowly. They don't appear overnight. You don't see them after one workout, but after weeks, months, and years, you see the difference. And you didn't need to post about it every day. Think about a student who studies late at night. Nobody claps for them while they read alone. They don't get likes for turning pages, but when exam day comes, their results speak for them. Or think of the young entrepreneur who works quietly on a business idea. They don't talk about it much, they just build. And one day, their success surprises everyone. That can be you. You can choose to use your energy wisely. You can stop performing for the world and start preparing for your future. When you stop wasting energy on image and start investing it in real growth, you begin to build something powerful, something lasting. So ask yourself, do you want people to clap for your pictures today or for your real success tomorrow? Because the moment you stop living to impress others is the moment you start living to improve yourself. The world respects the humble, not the loud. Let's be honest, showing off might get attention, but it rarely earns respect. People might look at you for a moment. They might notice your clothes, your car, or your words. But that attention doesn't last. Why? Because attention is easy to get, but respect is something you earn. Respect doesn't come from being loud. It comes from being consistent, kind, and quietly strong. Think about the people you truly admire. Maybe it's a teacher, a leader, a mentor, or someone in your family. Ask yourself, were they always talking about how great they were? Did they keep showing off their success? Probably not. The people you respect most are often the ones who stay calm in every situation. They don't need to shout. They don't need to prove anything. Their actions speak louder than any words. On the other hand, when someone is always talking about themselves, how rich they are, how smart they are, how hard they work, it starts to feel fake. It feels like they're trying too hard to be noticed. And when someone tries too hard, it usually means they're hiding something. People may listen to them, but deep down they don't admire them. They may smile in front of them, but they don't take them seriously. There's a big difference between noise and impact. Noise is loud but empty. Impact is quiet but powerful. The people who make real changes in the world are not always the ones in the spotlight. They are the ones working behind the scenes. They are focused on their mission. And when their work is done, the world notices, not because they shouted, but because their results speak for them. When you show off, what you're really saying is, look at me, you're asking for attention. But when you are truly powerful, people look at you without you asking. They whisper, who is that? Not because of your words, but because of your work. They respect your discipline. They admire your patience. They trust your consistency. The world doesn't need more loud people. It needs more humble leaders. It needs more people who can stay grounded even when they win. More people who don't need to stand on a stage to feel important. People who let their results do the talking. So if you want true respect, you don't need to be the loudest in the room. You need to be the most focused, the most committed, the most real. Stay silent when others are shouting. Stay humble when others are bragging. Stay working when others are watching, because in the end, it's not your words that people remember. It's your example. It's your attitude. It's your quiet strength. Be humble. Be real. And let the world hear your results, not your voice. In today's world, it's easy to think that what is shown to people is the most important thing. A fancy car, expensive shoes, a vacation picture on a beautiful beach, a perfectly edited selfie. These things get likes, hearts, and comments. But here's the truth. All of these things fade. People see them. They scroll. They move on. What you show doesn't stay in their mind. It's temporary, but what people never forget is how you made them feel. Think about it. Maybe someone once showed off in front of you, talked about their money, their success, or made you feel small just to feel big. How did it make you feel? Probably not good. You may not remember exactly what they said or what they wore, but you remember the feeling they gave you. You remember feeling ignored, less important, or even embarrassed. That kind of feeling stays. It creates distance. It builds walls, not bridges. When you show off, the hidden message is often, look how much better I am than you. Even if you don't say it directly, people can feel it. And most people don't enjoy being around someone who constantly tries to prove they're better. It makes them feel unimportant. It makes them feel jealous or small. And when people feel bad around you, they won't stay for long. Or worse, they will stay with a bad heart, waiting for the day you fall so they can enjoy your failure. But when you're humble, it's completely different. Humble people don't try to shine by dimming others. They lift others up while they grow. They celebrate their wins without making others feel like losers. They don't need to show they are great. They let their actions and attitudes speak. And this is what makes them unforgettable. People always remember the ones who made them feel seen, heard, respected, inspired. They remember the ones who helped them without showing off. They remember the ones who stayed calm when they had every reason to boast. That's real influence. That's real power. So instead of showing off your clothes, show kindness. Instead of posting your new phone, give your time to someone who needs help. Instead of making others feel small, make them feel strong. Because one day, all your expensive things may be gone, but the way you made others feel will stay in their hearts forever. Be the kind of person who doesn't need a stage to shine. Be the one who people think about and say, they made me feel strong, they believed in me, they inspired me. That's the kind of memory that never fades. In the end, people forget your status, but they never forget your spirit. Choose to be remembered for your heart, not your image. Success is a journey, not a show. In the age of social media, many people believe success is about how things look. They think success means having perfect photos, showing off money, or telling the world how busy they are. But that's not real success. That's just performance. That's just noise. True success doesn't need to be shown every day. It needs to be built every day. You don't need to prove your worth to the world every single morning. You don't need to show people that you're working hard or moving fast. What you really need is to focus on growing quietly, consistently. That's what brings real lasting results, because success is not a one-time event. It's not a race. It's a journey, a long, patient journey that requires effort, mistakes, lessons, and time. Most truly successful people are not loud. They don't post their every move online. They don't talk about every small win. They just work day by day, step by step. They build habits. They develop skills. They stay focused. And when the results finally arrive, they don't need to tell the world because the world can already see it. Think of a tree. When it's growing underground, nobody sees the roots. There's no sound, no applause. But when it breaks the surface and grows tall, strong and beautiful, everyone notices. The same is true for your success. What happens in silence is often what matters most. If you keep growing quietly, the day will come when your results will speak so loudly that you won't need to. Don't rush to show off progress that isn't fully ready. Sometimes people show success too soon. They get excited and post about every step. But if the foundation is not strong, that success can fall apart. If it comes too fast, it can leave just as quickly. Flashy success often fades, but slow, steady success lasts a lifetime, so be patient. Be disciplined. Focus on the long game. Build something that doesn't just look good, but something that is strong, something that can survive storms, something that doesn't depend on outside praise to stand tall. Scene script. Real success doesn't need filters, it doesn't need followers. It needs focus, grit, and time. Every day that you stay quiet and keep working, you are getting closer to your dreams. Even if no one claps, even if no one sees. Remember, the world may not notice your efforts today, but one day they will not be able to ignore your results. So don't make your life a show. Make it a masterpiece. Don't chase the spotlight. Chase self-mastery. Because true success is not about how many people are watching you. It's about how far you've come, even when no one was. There is a hidden trap behind showing off. At first it feels good. You post a picture, share your success, or talk about your achievements. People notice, they praise you, they like your posts. Maybe some even compliment you. You feel happy, even proud, but that feeling doesn't last. It's just temporary, and here lies the trap. The more you show off, the more you need to keep showing off. It becomes a cycle, a never-ending loop. You show off. People clap, you feel good inside. But soon, the applause fades, the likes stop coming as often, comments slow down, and suddenly you feel empty again. You need more attention, more praise, more approval to feel good about yourself. You become dependent on other people's opinions. You need their claps to feel confident. This is a dangerous addiction. It's like living on a roller coaster, up and down. One moment you feel high, the next you feel low. Your happiness depends on how many people see and praise you. Your self-worth depends on how many hearts your posts get. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine building your confidence from the inside. Imagine loving yourself even when no one is watching. Imagine working hard even when no one is clapping. Imagine feeling proud of yourself because you know you are improving, not because others say so. This is true freedom. This is real power. When your confidence comes from inside, you are unstoppable. You don't need the world to approve you to feel worthy. You don't need to perform every day for likes or comments. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You know your value. You trust your journey. You keep going, even when the world is quiet. This inner strength is what creates lasting success, because real success is not about public praise. It's about private progress. It's about the hours nobody sees, the sacrifices nobody knows, the discipline that is quiet but strong, the small steps forward that add up to a big change. Don't let your self-worth depend on external applause. Don't build your confidence on likes and comments. Build a confidence that no one can take away. A confidence that shines when the world is silent. A confidence that says, I am enough, even if no one else says it. You are not what others say you are. You are what you believe about yourself. So start believing in the power inside you. The power that needs no approval, the power that keeps you strong when no one is watching. That power will carry you far beyond any applause. Remember, the greatest achievements often happen in silence. The strongest people often walk alone. And the most confident hearts are those that don't depend on the noise of the crowd.